All right, here we go. Question number 11 from our Precalculus homework number 3 in MyLab Math. Another guided visualization question where we're going to have to click the link to open the window. Look what it says here. It says set the values of C to 1, A to 0.5, H and K both to 0. And we also need to click the show inverse function box this time. Use the slider to adjust the value of h from -3 to 3 and pay attention to the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote of the exponential function. If f of x equals, and here they give us a function, what would the horizontal asymptote of the inverse exponential function be? So listen close. What they're trying to do here is draw your attention to the relationship between the vertical asymptote of a logarithmic function and the horizontal asymptote of the resulting exponential function from the inverse. So if you didn't know, taking the inverse of a logarithmic function produces an exponential function. And there is a relationship between the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. All right, so here to our new window, it said to set C to 1, A to 0.5. That's going to be all the way to the left. H and K to both 0. Remember they said to click show the inverse. Oh, and that's kind of cool. If you look at the blue graph, compared to the green graph, notice that the blue is the log function because the log is in blue up here. The green is the exponential from taking the inverse of the logarithmic function. And notice the symmetry. The dotted line represented by y equals x, the two functions have reflective symmetry across this line, which I don't know if you know this, but every inverse function will have that kind of symmetry with its original function. All right, so what do they want us to do? They want us to use the slider, and we're going to pay attention to how the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote are related. Notice right now they're both on the axis. So as we slide h to the left, notice, look at that, the vertical asymptote now moves to -3 because remember for the log function, the h is the horizontal translation. Here we have a horizontal shift. Negative and a negative make a plus. In the previous video, I hammered that down that a plus shifts to the left and a minus shifts to the right. But look down here at the exponential equation, you can see that the h that we're sliding is actually outside as an external attachment to the base. And so this transformation would be a vertical shift. So as the logarithm function shifts left, the exponential function shifts down. And notice that the equations of the asymptotes are identical, except, of course, vertical is going to be x equal and horizontal is going to be y equal. And as we move h to the right, you can see that that holds true when h becomes positive here. So plugging that in, again, x minus 3, minus is right. The vertical asymptote shifts to the right for the log function, which means that the horizontal asymptote shifts up for the exponential function. Again, if you look at the equations for the asymptotes, y equals 3, x equals 3, those are identical except for the variables. So if we come back to our MyLab Math window, it says if f of x equals 2 log base 3 of x plus 2 minus 1, if we're given this function, what would the horizontal asymptote of the inverse exponential function be? Okay, so to reason this out, we know that the vertical asymptote for the log function is going to be where the graph is shifted. Plus is left, minus is right. So this log function would have a shift to the left, so the vertical asymptote would be x equal -2. That means that the horizontal asymptote is going to be exactly the same except y equals -2. And that's going to do it for that particular problem. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.